Hello everyone, we're doing a ranking. You may be able to see it or not see it. I'll move accordingly. The categories are You Know You Love Me, XOXO Gossip Girl as the top category, followed by Haven't You Heard, I'm the Crazy Bitch Around Here, another iconic one. Then we have a middle ground, which is Go Piss Girl, new classic, I Have to Go. Or Serena might say I Have to Go. And the last, the bottom of the barrel is I Haven't Been This Bored Since I Believed in Jesus. There's not much to say about Cotillion except that iconic golden dress that later on gets stolen by Serena's cousin in the later season, so you know it's that good. It's so good. It creates a single wife female situation where her cousin basically does the same hair, goes to date her ex, says call me Serena when she's about to get into it with her ex.
Like, it's not the vibe. Stop!
Serena was like, anyway, give me that back. She's like, I don't know. This is not yours. Well, Serena's basically like, well, it has my name on it. And her cousin's like, oh, I ripped it out. It was jamming my back. It just hurt my back. I had to throw it in the trash.
Hey guys, so da-da-da-da. Yes, I did that. And you would do it too for a check. I was an employee.
We have Thanksgiving season 3. Oh my god, that episode. And what you say? Ooh, what you been with? Like, everybody knows this one. This one is in the mainstream, is all over TikTok every Thanksgiving, and every single storyline peaks and unravels in front of everybody, with everybody around. And that's how we got season 4 being stacked with parties. So many, and everybody was beating at every single fuck-ass party. I mean, it ended up being what it ended up being, which is great and messy and chaotic. To me, the best time is not necessarily when the storyline makes sense as much as when everything is so chaotic. Thanksgiving episode, anything was happening. Everything was happening. Blair and her mom had the whole situation. Blair was convinced her mom was pregnant. So she would make her basically just like try anything or do anything like a pregnant woman couldn't. So she's basically at the dinner table going, you want some wine? She's like, no wine, whatever. Just water for me. And then she'd go, Mom, do you want this? It's unpasteurized. It's like, because women are not supposed to have unpasteurized cheese. Like, and her mom is literally going, what has gotten into you? And Blair's like, into me? Try you. You're the one who's pregnant. Blair's always just like, how to get whoever. Even Leighton Meester's like acting style is so funny. Like the way she plays Blair, like, it's just so iconic. It's so like characteristic of Blair. She's like, you're the one who's pregnant. I was like, what is it? She's like, I'm not pregnant. Turns out her mom changed her will, because that's how Blair was like gotten that conclusion, because she bought a house in Paris and she was like moving to Paris full time. And that's what it was. A bunch of other things were happening between like Rufus and Lily. Lily came back from like being with her mom because her mom was sick apparently. She came back in October. He found out from Cece. Basically, like, Cece I went into remission in August. And Rufus goes, Lily didn't come back until October. Oh, and that's when Lily picks up her glass of wine and goes upstairs. Or it happens right before, something like that. But like the timing, you can see her walk up the stairs while that conversation is happening. She's in the background. She's like, ooh, you know what? I have to do what my daughter does on a daily, which is like, go. I gotta go now. 6 episode 10, which is like the finale of the whole series. Oh my god, that episode was so funny. Iconic. The police is running while they're literally like in Central Park with their like very close friends and family. Just like having her stepfather officiate this, Blair's stepfather, and boom, and they're married and they're getting picked up by the police because they're technically on the run. And that's why they got married. New York state law, a wife cannot testify against her husband. So they're like, great, let's get married. That is so Chuck and Blair. Absolutely. It could not be more Chuck and Blair. He proposed to her and everything, and they were about to get married in some random county they ran to. But they were like, let's go back to New York where we're actively wanted together. He's wanted, but she's like, basically wanted too, because she's associating with him. And she, of course, marries him. Because why wouldn't she? And she wears Elisab. Oh, she looked so good. I love that dress. That dress is better than the Louis wedding dress. I do think so. Which is actually just as slightly less iconic, but still her first wedding, her royal wedding. Oh, it's so good. Episode 12. Oh my god, I love that. That's my favorite. Blair having fun. That they put her through hell in that season. My god, her having fun is so cute. She got drunk at this random party. It was adorable. And then she gets arrested in her own right before Chuck, before that whole situation, because she took a joint. She took somebody's joint. Somebody put a joint in her mouth. She's like just dancing around. And she asks an officer the most inappropriate fucking questions. And he arrests her because he asked her, is that a joint? She's like, ooh. She's so funny. We never see her drunk. We never see her like let loose. It was so cute. They let her come and pick her up, and Serena's at the precinct picking her up along with other people. And Blair goes, I did shots, I had shots, they were fun. I was like, she was so cute. And Serena's looking at her like, when she normally does, she's like very tickled by Blair. It's so funny. She has the like Serena specific face in response to Blair saying something psychotic or funny. She's like, she's adorable. And there's that whole thing with her sister-in-law that's tried to like get her, but it didn't work because the sister found out that basically Blair actually is in love with Louis, and it's not just like some sort of like, it is a royal thing, yeah, she's doing it for that, but she loved him, you know. She didn't love him like she loved Chuck, but she did still love him. So when people were taking photos of her like with a joint and getting arrested, Beatrice is her name, the sister-in-law, bought people off, like she bought their phones, which is such a 2010 2011 thing to do. You could just do that. Like, was it the beginning of Instagram, or was like, I think it was later, probably 12, like, I don't know, what a little around that time, but it wasn't what it is now. Like, people weren't like live streaming this. It would have been on TikTok, it would have been everywhere nowadays, but back then you could just buy people off. You could take people's phones, pay them, and have the physical phone in your bag. She pulled up to the precinct with like, Blair's like, oh, it's gonna be everywhere tomorrow, and Beatrice is like, actually, no. Because actually I have all of them. The last one, season 1. Oh my god, it's the only Christmas episode we have in the series. I'm never gonna get over this. This episode, like, we never get Christmas again. They really said it's either Thanksgiving or Christmas. Pick one. And everybody in the writers' room was like, Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, they were spoiled season 1. Thanksgiving and Christmas. I loved that episode. It was so cute. Oh. And Blair had that whole thing with her dad. Blair was there because she was literally just like acting like a feral raccoon when her dad pulled up with the guy he basically cheated on her mom with, and he's like, oh my god, I just wanted, like, you know, have family time. There's like, family time, yes. Like, absolutely, just not with your fuck-ass boyfriend here. Blair, in dealing with her parents, like, trying to, like, date other people, she's just like, no, I think it's like, I am number one, always. You're gonna have to pay attention to me. I don't understand who this is, and I don't care. Why is he here? And she was right. And she hit him, which you should do always when dealing with your parents' partners. She kicked him with her fucking skate. She's like, oh, you fell. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. What happened? Oh my god, get up. And he had to put on a cast and everything, walking around just limping places because of Blair. But you know, Blair's blaring. Season 1 Blair is so just like strong, and I love season 1 Blair. If you've never seen the shows, like, I feel like season 1 is enough to get enough of an idea of these characters, because Blair literally is like just Blair. So Blair. Season 1 Blair is, you know, always in our hearts. Then she softens, she learns to deal with the world. There's one way, or the highway. The only way is my way, the Renaissance way. And Christmas, I was like, it was cute. It ended up being cute. They all ended up like figuring it out and everything. Serena gave Dan a fuck-ass present when she made it snow inside, and we all were gagged, I guess. It was great. Whatever. I guess they're cute. I don't know. I don't really care about them, but, you know, they're alright. They're cute. At the beginning, they're cute. Too much back and forth, and they're doing too much. Starting season 2, they already are, you know, no. You know, season 2, episode 2, it was too much for everybody. And then it just went downhill from there. Next in the category, we have on the chart, haven't you heard I'm the crazy bitch around here? Iconic. Okay, so we have in this category, Thanksgiving season 1, episode 9, Blair Waldorf Must Pie, which is, I'm mentioning the title because it's super relevant. This is ranked very high because, I mean, it's one of the most iconic Thanksgivings. You're going to see throughout the list that I basically like put together all the Thanksgivings like in an order that makes, I guess, sense. The only Thanksgiving we don't get is for season 5, which is kind of crazy. It's like, I never even noticed. It was starting ranking like from the first to the last season, 6 seasons, and we don't have it. That's so crazy. That a lot was happening in that season. I guess that's why they were like, that's enough. We don't need to be doing. What I wanted to say about this episode is basically just, again, mess. Serena's supposed to, one of my favorite scenes in this one is ranked very high because it's one of the funniest like family dynamics. We don't really see that much. Like, we do see vaguely family dynamics, but this is one of the first. And one of the only times I guess we ever see Chinatown. They were really using the city in the first season. Like, they really were showcasing a bunch of different neighborhoods. Enough, aside from like the fake Brooklyn, which is not Brooklyn actually. Aside from the, you know, bad PR for Brooklyn that was being spread around by Gossip Girl. We also have Chinatown for like 2 seconds, basically, for like a scene where the Vanderwoodsons are kind of just like wandering around because everything is shut down on Thanksgiving. They were supposed to have Thanksgiving at the Waldorfs, but the general beef that Blair and Serena have like comes back, just like back and forth, a lot of beef between them. Like what's new? The sky is blue, the grass is green. There's always going to be beef between the two. It's like a pendulum. It swings, it ebbs and flows, and eventually it will create some sort. That's how you keep the balance between them. They have to have some sort of thing going on, and that was over Chuck of all people to fight about to not be going to Thanksgiving. I just watched it again recently, and basically Blair wasn't the one that kicked out Serena. It was Serena that was like, "We are not staying, Eleanor," because Eleanor was asking them like when Lily's gonna come over, and it was like, "No, nobody's gonna come. No, this isn't gonna happen. We're not having Thanksgiving here this year." And Blair's like, "Yeah, I disinvited." She had the save face. That's so funny. I was like, I remembered it like as her basically telling her to get the F out of her house. Serena was like, "No, I'm not. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm not staying. I'm actually gonna go." No. They're just basically wandering around town. It's just like Eric, Lily, and Serena just like walking around Chinatown looking at shops. Because I guess it's like everything is open because they do not celebrate Thanksgiving. So they're like, "Oh, let's just get a pumpkin." It's literally like, "Look, a pumpkin. It's festive." And they're all like, "We're gonna eat raw pumpkin," like, I guess, like, whatever. And she's like, "What about Peking duck?" They were acting like, I don't know why. They were like, "Oh, there's no turkey, there's no nothing." "Oh, not the Peking duck." It was hilarious. You can go see that scene. And there's a part where Lily goes, "They smell great." She's like smelling some spices. Eric goes, "Great, now we can starve in a fragrant hotel room." That is so funny. Again, mess when Blair basically has a fight with her mom over her dad divorce and everything, like with her and the whole situation, and her mom triggers the hell out of her. I don't care about how many people like her, think she's funny. Like, oh my god, I have so much beef and will always have beef with Blair's mom. I don't care how many seasons pass. She's had so many fucking chances. I can't. No. No, mind you, we don't have like the most elite selection of parents in this season, and this seasons are like generally Gossip Girl. No, I do not. Lily is basically like, I don't know, parent of the year compared to Eleanor, because Eleanor just irks me. Mind you, Lily got Serena arrested, and still she's better as a parent than the absolute psychological warfare that Eleanor puts Blair through. I'm like, no, I don't fuck with that. So many things throughout the season. I'm like, I don't like that woman. That woman and I have beef personally. Thank God for Dorota for Blair, because Blair was already a monster. She was a Tasmanian devil basically in season 1 compared to the rest of the seasons. But thank God for Dorota, because she was kind of holding in the reins a little bit with Blair. Just a little bit. She had more leverage later on, but then next Age of Innocence play, The Age of Dissonance. I think it's called that episode, season 2, episode 18. This one is just like chaos. This one is, I put it in as like one of the parties, ranked as one of the parties in top part, just because the paradox between like the whole story. It's basically The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton, about high society. And high society being messy, and now it's basically high society modern day being messy. This episode actually has one of the first ever documented BTW uses in cinema history. Casual in conversation when Blair asks Serena while they're getting ready for this play, "How are you two doing, BTW?" It was used circa 2008 AD, OFC. We don't use that in casual conversation, but it just doesn't work, does it? Did it work back then? It sounds very off-putting, but then again, we needed that. We needed that, and we have it. It's in the books now. It's in the history books of cinema, and that was the first ever use. And you're welcome for that knowledge. Next. St. Jude's Alumni Fundraising Gala. Season 4, episode 21 and 22. These ones are like basically blending into each other because it's that whole iconic scene with Blair and Chuck going at that random boy's bar mitzvah, just kind of like crashing the bar mitzvah and just like dancing, being lifted on chairs and just kind of like doing anything and everything. When Blair is basically engaged to Louis. And she's deciding whether to say yes or no, and he's actively waiting for her at her ex-high school party, which is hilarious. That whole situation is just something
Dale, I don't know, Brookfeather, Rain Tree. It's hot, it's very hot there. I've never been. Get a warrant.
This is how I feel about every time I think of Chuck and like in relation to this like very beautiful symbolic scene, Chuck, where they're breaking up, and you know, she goes back at the end of the episode after basically being kidnapped By if you've seen this, absolutely, because people here watching this have seen the show. Serena's cousin stealing her dress. This is where that happens, which is like getting rescued because she called the one. She had him on speed dial. She had to press the one. And yeah, they have a little moment. They have this little party. They sleep together because why the fuck wouldn't they? Of course they do. And they go back to tell Louis, basically, have Blair tell Louis that she can't marry him. And Chuck, of course, what does he do? He talks over her. And he basically goes,
I just wanted to give you my blessing. I just want to give you my blessing. What Blair wanted to tell you
was that she is gonna say yes. And she was waiting for my blessing, and you have my blessing now, so it's great. So it's basically like being blessed by the devil. Who wants that? Like, he basically cursed them. Like, are you kidding me? It's like, oh my god, I'm giving you my blessing. Oh my god, Beelzebub, give us our blessing. Happens during that wedding. Like, there you go. There you go. Y'all should have known. Louis didn't know better. Chuck basically destiny swapped with Louis because Louis then becomes demonic later on. It becomes so crazy. Like, they basically become the one and the other. Like, that's destiny swapping. Do you believe in that? I don't know if I do. When I learned about that, I was like, this is what happened. Do I believe or not? I do believe it in this context. Love the fashion and all of it. The clothes were incredible. I loved Blair's dress in this. But her with Chuck is just, I'm always like, oh my fucking god. Louis and Blair's wedding. Season 5, episode 13. Oh my god. It was her first wedding. That dress is iconic. She was a princess. It was her first royal wedding, like I said. It was so good. I mean, again, mess, because why wouldn't it be a mess? Regina comes back for this episode like, oh my god, mister. Forgive us, Father, because we're about to sin. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, love her. She comes back. She is, on one, new to motherhood and not new to chaos. She comes back, like, he gets humiliated and he turns demonic. But to be honest, he was slowly turning demonic either way. But that was peak demon time. When they were doing the dance, she had to run away from her own wedding with Dan. Dan seems to always, I'm always gonna bring this up. I'm gonna bring this up so many times that Dan is always the catalyst in the situations when every single woman in his fucking like life close to him that he gets close to, but he's also just like close to, always is going through the most diabolical time in her life. He's always there. He always helps them and ends up always dating them. And they always have the most insane situations. Like, I can't. I'm always gonna say this. He is a trauma response. Dating Dan Heffron's gonna be a trauma response for every single woman in this show. Like, I don't think, like, they've all gone through it, basically. I mean, except Jenny, because, you know, not that the show stopped step siblings from getting together. Next, we have The Masquerade Party, Season 1, Episode 6. I think I wrote down. Oh my god, The Masquerade Party. Oh, that was fun. Handmaid's Tale, I think it's called. A great episode. But that being said, it's just like one of like those moments with Nate being like, so, I don't even know. Him just being Nate. As someone that's been to a masquerade party, love it, fun. It was a couple years ago, so like mine was better. The main event during this party is basically just Nate like grabbing whoever looks more like Serena stepping out of a bathroom while he's been waiting outside like a creep to grab the person and then talk to them in there and be like, I still love you, Serena. It's like, you don't even check who it is. Like, mind you, Nate is literally like, you know, not the brightest of the bunch. Like, you know, I don't know. I mean, Nate's Nate. Nate is Nating very much. Like, you know, he's not gonna check whoever steps out of that bathroom. He's just gonna grab the first woman that's blonde and that's wearing a yellow dress and I love you. Who are you? I love you. I love you. Oh no, you're not Serena. Oh, okay. Mind you, do they look similar? Yes, I guess they look identical from the back or something, but I'm like, he's just not gonna look. Mind you, y'all have to keep minding this. The lights are low. We get it. It's a party. That being said, I'm like, you know, man, I'm not looking at details. Like, I guess this is the woman that I love. The girl, they're 17. That also explains a lot. Just some boy being like, oh, Serena. I was like, I never got over it. Anyway, I don't know. Love him. He's great. Mind you, he's not the worst of the bunch, like, at all. But that made me laugh. I was like, grab whoever. Whoever's blonde, whoever's wearing yellow, love you. Mwah. And next we have the last one in this category, which is Prom. Season 2, episode 24. I think this is the finale of this season. I love this episode. It ends in the best way, this episode, with like the girls being girls. The girls are girling on the steps in their gowns from prom, and they're just like hugging and talking about high school and being like, oh, it's the beginning of a new era. I'm gonna miss high school, but you know, it's new. That's sweet. And this is one of my favorite Miss Serena moments when her mom gets her arrested. Yes, because Lily did that. People love to like idolize Lily, but like Lily did have her moments of just being like, you know, I gotta put me first and arrest my daughter, this girl that I birthed. I'm like, I'm just gonna arrest her real quick. Serena's just basically in jail, actively choosing to still stay in jail. There's a phone call between her and Blair where Blair's like, Serena, what are you doing? Like, what? And Serena's just basically like, well, actually, this is my choice. I'm choosing to be here. It's my choice. It's so ridiculous. And Blair's like, what? Whatever. Blair's getting ready for prom, to her like pre-planned book from when she was a kid. It was so cute. And she got everything ready. Chuck apparently helped. He helped with the votes because they were basically about to sabotage her so she wouldn't win Queen of Prom, but she did. Because she's like, there's a tiara here, there's a crown. She's like, oh. And she won with Nate, like she wanted. So everything that she wanted, she got. She got with Nate, she got the right dress, she won. But she wasn't happy because she made that scrapbook when she was a kid. She's no longer a kid. So she thought she was going to feel a certain way and she didn't. Because you finally get what you wanted and you don't feel how you thought you were going to feel. Relatable queen. I was going to talk about Serena, my favorite part. Serena, Prism to Prom Couture, like Mike said. Serena basically gets bailed out by her grandmother, who also bailed her own daughter, Lily, because Lily went to jail too, but she leaves that out when talking to Serena about what she's supposed to be doing. She's not acting right, just like her mom was not acting right back then either when she was Serena's age. Basically, Dan is like brought her a gown to put on in the taxi on the way to prom. So Serena's getting ready, like she's putting on this fucking gown. In the taxi with Dan next to her after being in prison all day. Prison to prom. Prison to prom with Couture, I can't. So Serena is just... I love that. And she's in prom, she's dancing with Blair 5 seconds before, like, what is it, like half hour earlier, she was in a jail cell. Jail cell. Prison to Prom Couture. Let's go to prom. Prom. Yes. Next category. Next category is Go Piss Girl. That's not funny. I never found that meme funny, but now I can't stop. Like, it just makes me laugh for no reason. We have in this category, which is like the middle ground category, it's not bad. What it would mean is like, it's not bad. It's slightly hilarious. It's slightly just good, I guess. Or there's something like extremely comedic about this particular party or event. So the first one on the list, starting with a banger. It's Jenny's Gorilla Fashion Show. Well, she's crashing basically a fundraiser that Bart and Lily are hosting, and she is crashing it and bringing models to step on the tables of this rich people gala. They were helping people. I don't know if you looked into these fundraisers, but like these people are not helping anyone. This is a tax write-off. Rich people don't help people for no reason. They gotta get something out of it. Jenny's so funny in this scene. Another funny moment is not only that, where she's just doing anything, skipping school, finding random partners, creating brands. Like, she would have done so well as a content creator. Like, nowadays, she would have been literally, like, one of the most followed people. Are you kidding me? Like, the drama, the whole thing. Oh, people would have eaten this up on TikTok. Her and her dad, Rufus, is on one. Another parent. No wonder Lynn and Rufus basically got along so well that they got married. They both got their kids arrested. One of them did, Lily, and one of them tried. Episode 9, season 2. And this is prior to Serena getting arrested by Lily. This is before Lily calls the police on her daughter. So this would explain why Lily was like, oh my god, Rufus, like, no. Like, when she sees Rufus actively trying to, like, bring the police over so they arrest Jenny for doing this. Like, Lily's like, just for her to basically, at the end of the same season, do the same thing. Except she actually does it. She's like, I have to rein this in. And the way to control my daughter? She has to have a record. I will call the police on my own daughter. Absolutely. I had to. She was not listening. And this is how I discipline my children. Be absolutely be the kind of mother to be like, when Serena brings that up years down the line, do you remember when you did that? And you got me arrested? Lily would be like, I don't remember that. That never happened. I absolutely do not recall that, Serena. Oh, Serena. Thanksgiving season 4, episode 10. This season, oh my god, talking about Serena. I think this is very Serena focused, this category. But I mean, Serena is so chaotic, like, and we love her for it. I mean, I love her for it. This whole show, the chaos it brings. This episode is basically after, I think it's in the same category. It's after the like Saints and Sinners party at Chuck's hotel, where basically everyone, not everyone, but basically at that point you see like everyone is ganging up on Serena, and one of the psychotic new girls, Juliet, basically took it a bit too far, drugged Serena, physically kidnapped her, left her in a hotel room, and Serena woke up in pills and bottles and all kinds of stuff around her with nobody around the city hotel, motel, hotel, whatever. Her phone call somehow gets recorded and shown later on to her mom, which is basically like, I don't know where I am. Like, oh my god. Like, that was kind of crazy. And poor thing gets literally, like, forcibly admitted into a hospital. Like, detained again. Detained again by her own mother. Oh my god, Lily loves to detain Serena. I just realized that. I'm like, I'm seeing a pattern here. Her own kid, when she wouldn't let Eric leave the same center, like, mental facility. Like, oh my god, somebody needs to lock her up. Like, what is happening? My god. Mind you, we later find out that Lily was in a mental facility too. Oh, so it's generational trauma. So she's not breaking the generational pattern. You're doing to your kids what your mom did to you. What happened to never doing that? I would never do that to my kids. Oh, that was Serena that said that. Sometimes she wakes up from the whole psychosis and sometimes she does the right thing. But you know, most of the time, the only kid she treats right is her stepkid, Chuck. Oh my god, those two. Ugh, don't get me started. She loves Chuck. She's like, yes, love this child. Love this R wording. Man, I love him. I love him. Oh my god. All the reasons to make y'all not like her. I'm actively trying to like open up your minds about that woman, but y'all don't care. All you care about is those Birkins. Those Birkins and her be like, Like, stop. The Birkin is not holding up. The Birkin will not hold up in court. I can't. Not her getting arrested. Ah, she does. I forgot. She does get arrested. She does get arrested. Well, her mom has such a funny scene when she's looking at her daughter's mugshot, like Cece, when she sees Lily's mugshot, and she's like, honey, you look so good in your mugshot. It was smart of you to turn yourself in, just to make sure that your hair was done. And Lily goes, yes, mother, that's why I did it. Oh, that fucking family. I love it. Always on one. Everybody will always be on one. Don't get me started on the father. Mr. I'm giving my ex cancer so I can go back and basically get my family back. Oh my god. And then run away from the police. The police is always involved in this family. Oh my god. No wonder there was a media frenzy outside when Lily got arrested and Serena had to like swim through the waves of paparazzi to get into her own mother's house. Like, she said, no photos. Oh my god, no. The episode revolving around Barb Bass's death. This man, I can't. The whole story around, like, I've been talking about this with whoever would listen or wouldn't listen. I'm talking to the walls. Everybody's heard about Barb Bass dying and coming back to life. Y'all know about this. Him and this whole arc. Oh my god. And Lily's, of course, shown literally through like this different scenes having like gin for breakfast in her gin cup. Just like her mommy used to do. Having gin for breakfast in her coffee cup. When she sees in the papers that her ex is basically alive. I mean, that was warranted. I'll give her that. Because what the fuck is happening? Are you kidding? Like, what? What? James? Season 2, episode 13 is his funeral. First and only funeral. I mean, first go round for the funeral. There's another one at the end because he does, you know. She passed away? Oh. That's how we feel about both times.
Clap if you care. All right, let's move on.
Oh my god, we have the iconic, nobody's comforted by a tuna tower. We're doing comfort food. Just like, she was so mad. She was fuming. That was so funny. I don't even have to see that episode again. I just remember that line. Everybody's like concerned about her, of course, and Cece's like asking her if she's okay. She goes, it's too hot in here with all the cooking and the cooking. She's like, just cooking in this house, I can't even think. The concept of ranking Bart's funeral episode in Go Piss Girl. Moving on from Bart Bass, we have Cyrus's Seder dinner. Season 2, episode 21. Season 2 is giving us a lot of Go Piss Girl, I guess, moments. This dinner, oh my god, Serena. Again, I'm noticing a pattern that I've noticed from the beginning, so it's not really a pattern. I put this list together and I'm like, I'm noticing a pattern. It's like, I made this. Like Cyrus is, again, for those who need a refresher, he is Blair's stepfather, who now lives in her house, and now they're not beefing no more. She loves him because he's honestly great. He's not the worst of the parents, actually. Like, I would say, like, top one. It's just him. This one is the iconic. Serena comes back from going to Spain randomly after she throws this party that goes out of control, and she's technically grounded, but she basically sends a text to Lily. She goes, "I'm going to Spain. See ya." The way Lily's like not even really not really trying to get her home. Like, she just like is in Spain for like a week or two, and then she comes back. And when she comes back, Lily's basically like, "You're grounded." Serena's like, "I didn't hear that." The first thing Serena does is basically step into the elevator and leave, and get on the phone and be like, "Hey, I think I need a lawyer." She's like, "I got bigger fish to fry than being detained again in my own home by my mother," which is like another way of getting detained. Lily said, "Detained? I love detention." It's like, I love punishing my kids. And he's like, honestly, like, when Serena's exhibiting these behaviors where she's just like jetting off to some place, I'm like, where do you think she learned that? Are you kidding me? Like, I love that. Serena's basically behaving the same way she saw her mother behave and getting punished for it. She's just recreating the same behavior. Kids do what they see adults do. What happens is, like, she has to go to Blair's to find Cyrus specifically because he's a lawyer. She is at this dinner. There's not at that dinner. Like, at this dinner, Eleanor's like, "Serena, oh, you're here." It's like, I didn't know you're coming up, but she wasn't even looking for Blair necessarily. Just at this dinner with Dan. Dan is there to be a caterer with her. Don't get me started. The caterer in this episode is Dan, of course, because why wouldn't he be? And Lily's there with Rufus for some reason. What happens is basically Serena got married to this guy that she was on holiday with, who was her friend's boyfriend. Her friend Poppy and Gabriel fought. Poppy left early. What did Serena do when being left with her friend's ex? She marries him. She did. She's like, "I don't even know what happened." She's basically, we learn about this because she's recounting this to Dan. And he's like, "Why do you need a lawyer?" She's like, "I need a lawyer because, like, I got married." I don't know. I was like, what? That's so Serena. She's like, I don't even know if it's like it's an official thing. Like, I don't know. Like, there was alcohol involved. Like, I don't know. Mind you, 18 years old. Would have been another great influencer. Like, oh my god. Get ready with me while I recount the time that I married my friend's ex on holiday in Spain. And it wasn't real. Was it real or was it not real? Stay tuned. And this guy comes over during the dinner to talk to Serena. Serena's like pretending to date Dan. So messy. She's like, "Oh my god, I gotta avoid him." It's like, he's like my husband or something. She's like, "I don't know." I have to go. She didn't have to go because she was sitting at that dinner like, I have to have this dinner, I guess. And he needs to leave. And Eleanor's so taken with him. She's like, "Oh, this handsome stranger. Yeah, sit down at dinner." And Serena's like, "Actually, no." Like, you gotta go because I'm with Dan now. Chuck's Halloween Party Speakeasy Season 3, Episode 9. This one, Chuck and Blair are beefing, which once in a while it does happen. There's this funny scene where, oh my god, Serena again. Working in PR in this. She's working for a PR agency. She's an assistant. Serena worked the door at this event. Serena's doing a lot of the things they would never see somebody like Serena Van Leeuwenhoek do. She's funny while doing this too. She is at this party looking so unbelievably good. She has great looks, but like once in a while she has these like really good looks. Like this old Hollywood wave, like this dress is so fucking beautiful. And she is an assistant basically. And she has to work the door, and she has to basically kind of like make sure that her clients get where they need to be at this party. Ends up getting raided because the police again is involved. The police is like a lot in Gossip Girl, like a lot. Now that I'm like noticing that. Guess who calls it? Chuck. He learned from his mommy, his stepmommy. Call the police. Oh wait, so the police is your friend. He calls the police on himself for publicity purposes. Like, it's a publicity stunt, and basically he used Serena's clients to be like, you know, this is the place to be, this random speakeasy in the hotel he just bought. Serena's pissed. She's like, "Now I have to get my clients out of here. Ugh, my clients that I got like 5 minutes ago, and I'm to get literally like fired. And I'm not gonna get fired because I'm gonna pretend to date my client." That's what happened at the end. And then she finds out he's an absolute loser, and she's like, "Ugh," and she quits. So it doesn't last that long. But it's iconic. Like many Serena chaotic moments, it's fun. One thing about Serena, you're never gonna be bored with her, ever. The only time you're gonna be bored is when she has to go. And we have as the last one of this category, Saints and Sinners Party, Season 4, Episode 9. Yeah, this is the episode right before the Thanksgiving episode of this season, the one that I just mentioned at the beginning of the category. And yeah, that whole situation, oh my god, I forgot about Chuck and Blair in that one, because I was thinking of Serena and the gang against her, having a whole gang of girls against her. Because she was pissing everybody off. That's what was happening. Her playing with Dan and Nate because she couldn't choose. Yeah, and Jenny dressed up like her. And they start causing havoc at this party. Make sure that everything's against her. They make sure that she drops out of school. Then Vanessa and Jenny help Juliet But Venice and Jenny didn't know that Julia was out to get Serena so bad that she actively dragged her places and left her for dead. And like she could have died. Like you dosed her. I'm like, that's so crazy. It has these moments, like Gossip Girl has these moments where they're so dark. I'm like, what's happening? The fact that I feel so bad for Serena. Involuntary hold, they asked her if she wanted to leave, and she was basically like, you know what? I think I'm gonna stay a little bit because I don't remember any of this. And this sounds like something I would have done before the old Serena. And she was even more feral than we know her. So she's like, maybe I did that. Like, I don't even know. Can you imagine that you don't even remember? Like, that you're basically like staying in this involuntary hold. I mean, you pick to be like far away from everyone. She's talking to this psychiatrist and she's just like, maybe I did. It's like, I don't even remember, like, to be honest. And the psychiatrist is like, how do you not remember a thing? Like, oh, something like that. Like, how do you remember a thing? I don't. Like, it's, you know. And it must have been very destabilizing. And again, the only one that believed her was Dan. Like, oh, this gives her like a gem of a situation after this, which is not ranked because it's not an event or a party, but like Dan and Blair basically going to Connecticut on an adventure. Very Scooby-Doo of them. Gossip Girl was giving them clues. He was giving them clues. She was giving them clues. Right. Gossip Girl was giving Dan and Blair clues. That's psychopath. I can't. Category we have. I have to go. I have to go is, I don't remember exactly. I made this list a while ago, how much Serena heavy this is. The number one on this is Nate's 19th birthday party, Assassin Game, which is season 3, episode 17. They were very big on filters in this episode. They put this like cartoon filter while this game is playing that Serena organized for Nate's birthday. It starts with Serena basically pretending she doesn't remember Nate's birthday. She's like, oh, the toads are endangered. We have to help them. We have to help the toads. They're endangered. And Nate's like, a toad benefit? We're going to a toad benefit for my birthday. And conveniently, the only one that is remembering like Nate's birthday is Jenny, who is actively crushing at this time on Nate.
What the motherfuck are you doing that for? That's embarrassing. You're embarrassed.
So she takes him out for his birthday. Conveniently enough, when everybody's ignoring him, she's like, oh, let me take you out. Let me sing you happy birthday. Let me get the staff of this restaurant to sing happy birthday to you. Which is an interesting choice. That's never awkward at all. People love that. How many people here love that when somebody sings happy birthday to you at a restaurant? When they bring out the staff to sing to you, oh god. Turn the lights down, the whole restaurant is singing. Oh my god, that's so scary. Oh yeah, this episode is based, oh no. I just remembered. This is the traded for a hotel episode. That's why this episode is in. I have to go. Because as soon as I remember that, I have to go. Serena Vander go. I guess they also realized it was kind of boring. That's why they put the filter on it. It's like, make it better. They're like, I don't know how. Just like, make it look better. I just found this new filter. I don't even know how they edited this back then. I have no idea. The editor said, I have the new 24 karat Labubu. And they put this fucking filter on it. Dan and Serena's wedding, season 6, episode 10. Let's have a minute of silence for that. Dan is a trauma response. Marrying Dan is the biggest trauma response that Serena could have had. Because she finds out that he is Gossip Girl.
Oh my god!
And there's like a time jump of like, what, 5, 7, 10 years? Where I'm assuming Blair and Chuck's living room or something, townhouse, her and Dan get married. Y'all have seen the finale of the series. They get married. Serena marries Dan. Of course, like, the only thing comforting about this is that, you know that doesn't last. You know that doesn't, she had to go. And this isn't that category because Serena had to go. Serena Vander go, like, I know she left. I needed her to run away. Like, we don't even know. Because the way it cuts, everybody's, like, clapping and everything. You don't know if she ran away. Oh my god, I like to think that she did. I really do. His haircut is diabolical. His hair looks crazy. Those earrings that she's wearing, please, no. That dress. The dress was cool. They're trying to make the gold thing. Love the gold for Serena, but like, I don't know about that dress. It's not that bad. And why would they get married there? They really have the most diabolical locations for both Chuck and Serena's like weddings. That's the least of our concerns. It's their partners, our biggest concerns. Between the R word and the ecological like terrorists. I think this might be worse than Chuck. Because at least Blair started dating Chuck when she was like, what? Like, she had that whole thing with him when she was like 19, 18. Dan had been doing that with Serena for like, what, over a decade? Like being Gossip Girl, even if it doesn't make it really sense, but say it does make sense. I mean, people wanted her with Nate. I also wanted her with Nate. Like, honestly, that would have been better. Did that work out that well? I'm like, it doesn't even matter. Her biggest weakness, nostalgia. Like, needs to be locked up. Throw away the key. My only reassurance is that didn't last. Because Serena had to go. And honestly, like, that's her saving grace. If she's not having a good time, she's gonna leave. We all could benefit from that. We all can have a Serena Vander go moment. Like, we have to go. Mind you, if you ever notice, she never gives an explanation of where she's going, who's calling her to go someplace, like, why she's leaving. No. She's like, maybe once in a while, she's like, I'll explain later or something. But I'm like, does she ever know? Because you don't have to. The polo match. Again, these are Serena moments. Oh my god. The polo match where Serena runs away. on a horse. Season 3, episode 1. This is basically like the starting the season with a bang. This is when she's getting paparazzi left, right, and center. She's like, she'll do anything for a photo. Absolutely the antithesis of no photos core. No, all the photos core. She's like, these are my friends. She's so funny. The reason behind this is very sad. And she's trying to get her dad's attention because he won't see her. And I'm like, this is so sad. Oh, Diva. Diva down, always emotionally. My girl's always down emotionally, my god. But she lives it up. You wouldn't be able to tell because she just looks like she's having fun. So that's more important. Between that with the dress and then like running away, they ask her at this polo match to basically throw the ball. Like, as it's supposed to be something they present as like a great honor or something. And basically she's just like, they call her over. Next thing you fucking know, people are having a conversation. You see her like, boom, boom. Was that Serena? Just like zoom past on a horse. Everybody's looking at her like, what? But she looks so good though. She looks great. There is method behind the chaos, behind the madness, I guess, because there was a reason for this. There typically is a lot of reasons why Serena does certain things. It's just the way she goes about them is very like comedic. Yes, I got married in Spain. Yes, Serena went on a horse to get my dad's attention. Like, what? Yes, I married the guy that's been terrorizing me. Like, that needs to be locked up. Like, that's been doing this to me since I was 14. Of course I married him. Did I stay with him? I'm like, no. She could write such a good book. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I mean, very high chance that she's going to turn into her mother. It's not like she tried actively to be that. They all kind of fought that. Same thing with Nate. They were talking about in the beginning of like season 1 about high expectations and how everything seemed like it was like predetermined for them. And then they basically turned into their parents. They all kind of did. Oh my god, they all did. Every single one of them. At least the core 4. I'm like, oh my god. That is very sad. Damn. Next. First W magazine party, there's a few, and this is the season 4, episode 13. I picked this specifically because Dan and Blair get into a fist fight. They literally are down on the floor, like at this high society event. An internship at W. Turns out Dan was also gunning for the same position and she didn't know because they've been like hanging out for a bit. This is the beginning of their fuck-ass friendship. Dan's like, oh, I felt bad that I sabotaged you. She didn't because she thought they were friends. And he's like, oh, I didn't know we were besties. She's like, I thought we were besties. And he basically like saves her position. But before that, have this fist fight in the middle of the party. It's so goofy. Like, Blair goes in like, because she doesn't look like she knows how to fight because she doesn't. But she just has this like perpetual anger these few seasons before she learns to not do that. She just grabs his hair and she's just like pushing him around. Like, he's trying to stop her. She pushes her hand into his face. Like, it's so goofy. And the next thing you know, they're on the floor. The supervisor comes in and she's like, y'all are both fired, obviously. But not before the editor himself like steps on top of them to get to the other side. And he's like, I'm Stefano Tonki. I'm on the list. I was like, and they're like, ah. And their supervisor comes in running like, what the hell? You two flops. I was like, you're fired. Giving season 6, episode 8. This is like the category prior to the worst. So like this is the category. This Thanksgiving episode is the one where Dan gets punched in the face. Which is great. When he's just like doing anything and everything too. When he's publishing those like articles in Vanity Fair, where he's basically like beefing with every single one of his friends. He's airing out everyone and everything. Ooh, there's that whole situation where Serena's reading. It's very spooky emotionally. When she's just like reading this article that he just published that like, he pretended to be. He was playing house with her. Like he was like, yes, let's get back together. Let's go have friends for Thanksgiving. Let's just like do it. She's like, do you remember the good old days? The good old days, the good old days. Yeah, that's the problem with her and Dan, the good old days. Like, it's long past that. She's just sitting there in her room with her iPad or something, and she's just, like, reading his article. And she's, like, heartbroken. You can see it, in her tone and her face. There's so much context of her father leaving when she was, like, 7, her mother basically dropping her off randomly at Eleanor's and Blair's, like, whenever she got a new man, like, every time, just leaving her there as a child. Every time she got a new man. Even Blair says, like, yeah, when we saw you and Eric with, like, duffel bags at our door, like, we knew Lily got a new boyfriend. Like, that's crazy. And Blair's such a good friend for that, like, and her mom too. I mean, I'll give Eleanor her props for like not kicking kids out. She must have been like really mad at Lily for that. He came back and, you know, now he's out to get his son. How biblical. We have Valentine's Day, Empire Party, season 5, episode 15. Oh, this makes sense because this is just like, this makes sense why it's so low. I hated this. This is Dan again. Dan trying to get with Blair when Blair's like not even freshly divorced from Louis. She has literally like a royal handler following her everywhere. And she just like wants to get away. This is the first time she comes back from that fuck ass like Principality of Monaco. I've been there, it's actually really nice. But not like the version in the series where she's basically locked away in a palace and she can't do anything. She's being observed from every corner. And she's in this loveless marriage with Louis Dowry situation, which don't get me started on that because that's modern day Slavery. Last category is iconic Georgina quote, because they've all been kind of quotes. I haven't been this bored since I believed in Jesus. Can you stop like sleeping with people around town before a wedding? Like, are you gonna show up at this wedding or what?
The woman was too stunned to speak.
People being like, I don't understand Serena. I don't understand like the dynamic. I was like, you don't? Like, Isn't this familiar to you? Next, we have Tish Cabaret, season 3, episode 10. I mean, that whole clip, all you have to know about that is that whole clip of like Hilary Duff going, I wanna kiss you, but if I do that, I might miss you, babe. Like 5th grade production level. The most annoying people you know, like Dan, Vanessa. The only thing that makes this better is that Lady Gaga performs during this. Shout out to her, she was great. This was around the time that Lady Gaga came up, which is like, it seems so long ago. 2009, wow. Just like breaks up with Dan. And the way they keep cutting away from Lady Gaga performing basically in the background of this breakup. It felt like the whole season. It felt like 6 seasons. It was so long. And that, like, the nail in the coffin was a threesome. Like, I'm out. Sleep No More, season 5, episode 7. That one is here because, like, I didn't understand what was happening. Then I looked it up and apparently it's like a real interactive experience where these theater people are like involving the audience. Again, Serena's back for like our goofy queen. Like whenever we have down, she brings us up. Basically like a setup so she gets stood up for a photo to be posted on Gossip Girl. Her sitting there like waiting for some guy that doesn't show up. And mind you, it's hilarious because again, she looks so good and it was like, in which universe? She's still saying up and there go, like she's gonna go. Like this, the idea of her sitting there and waiting, I'm like, the one time she had to go, damn. My God. Give my girl a break. The weird brothel house in season 5, episode 22. What was that? That's where Gossip Girl is leading them because she's supposed to be there. Serena's on a wild goose chase to find her there. Okay, out of all the places to hide him. Next one on the list would be Thanksgiving season 2, episode 11 is in the worst category because what happens in this one? This is the one where Blair runs away. I just remembered. It's like he's in the house. He's like fully eating her food. Basically, Blair's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go. Since I'm not wanting in my own home, I'm gonna go. Dorita, let's go. And then later, like things end up working out because Blair thought like her dad was not coming. He ends up flying in, bringing her pie because she's obsessed with that fuck ass pie. She has that dress. She looks so good in that episode. I love that green dress with those boots and the backless. Beautiful. Yeah, it's not very impactful. That's that Thanksgiving out of all the what you say. It's not that. Then we have the very last one, which is the Bart Bass honored, where he's being honored party, season 6, episode 9, which is the second to last episode. And then he bleeds into the last. Well, he basically dies. In this one, he dies. He tries to get his own son killed twice. It doesn't work. The second time around, he ends up dying. He falls off a skyscraper. He falls off one of the tallest buildings in New York at the party where he's being honored downstairs. So it's kind of a lot. It's on the news everywhere. And the last person to have seen him or interacted with him was Chuck. They had like a fight at the beginning of the party. So people are kind of like, it's probably him. But there is no footage of when this happens because Bart intended to kill Chuck. So he turned off all the security cameras on the rooftop, but that didn't work out because he lunged at Chuck. Chuck moved out of the way, and Bart fell over. Overboard. He fell. And Chuck looked at him like, help me, son. He's like, this is awkward. And Blair's standing there as well. This is happening. Blair's also there. She's like, no, that's not. So they're runaways, Bonnie and Clyde. That song made me laugh. Like, they were so goofy with that. Like, I guess he died or something. Like, all right, like, whatever. Love my girls, always. Yeah. I mean, this is the end of it. Rambling a lot, but like honestly, I could make so many of these. I've seen this show so many times, and this is the end of it. Thank you for watching.